Greetings, my name is Steve White. I'm an executive fellow at the Miller Center of Social Entrepreneurship, and we're exploring business models in more detail and particularly focused on the value chain. So why the value chain? And to ensure that every part of your business is viable, that part that you operate directly and the parts that are operated by other entities. So by definition, the value chain is an articulation of the value added by each activity of your enterprise and by your other partners. And they are key to delivering your product or service and addressing the value that each partner adds, how the money flows, and the incentives for each division or partner within the value chain. So generally, you look at value chain across the horizon from the sourcing of the raw materials or the feedstock through the production or the development of the products and services, distribution, micro entrepreneurs through sales and kiosks, and importantly, the customer, to ensure that they see value as well as everybody else in the value chain. So think about it. Who are your key players? The value chain starts with those who are crucial in your value chain. And it'd be different for every type of business, whether you're a product or a service, but it's important to try to enumerate who all of them are: the suppliers, the manufacturers, service providers, distributors, and of course your customers. So one way to think about your value chain is if you're a manufacturer, and you may be doing subcontract manufacturing, is to measure the gross margin that you have. That is the revenue minus the cost of goods. Your distributor then is going to take that product or service and mark it up. And so what are their margins in the value chain? And finally, your customer is going to do a mental calculation at a minimum to determine what the payback is for them. How long does it take them to be able to pay back? And what are the alternatives that they're comparing against? So for survival and scalability, every person and enterprise within the value chain has to be motivated, either through a financial profit, a social impact, or personal satisfaction. And your organization is at risk if components of the value chain are not properly prioritized or incentivized, and that needs to be resolved for you to be able to effectively scale your impact. So the deliverable of this first module then is to create a value chain diagram as a PowerPoint slide. And note the incentives, economic or otherwise, for each of the participants in the value chain. Be back with you shortly.